eruption of energy and enthusiasm from Cairo's Tahrir Square, coming as Egypt's Electoral Commission announces that its candidate, Mohamed Morsi of the Freedom and Justice Party, has won Egypt's presidential election. The Arab world's most populous nation elects an Islamist head of state. Our chief international correspondent, Christiane Amanpour, our Cairo bureau chief, Ben Wedeman, are on the scene watching this eruption of joy. Christiane, your thoughts?
Jonathan, it is incredible to be standing over here watching this square explode in joy. Obviously, these are the Muslim Brotherhood supporters who've been brought over here for so long. But this is a dramatic moment. We did not know, they did not know who was going to be their president. It's the first time in the history of modern Egypt that Egyptians have not known who they will have as their leader. This is also the first Islamist head of state to emerge from these Arab uprisings. It is the first Islamic head of state in the Arab world. This is a fundamental, historic, transformative moment with all the questions. You notice a bit of hesitation in my voice because it's with all the questions that accompany what is going to happen next. But after an hour of reading out, painstaking, perhaps more than an hour, reasons for coming to this answer and coming to this result, Egypt's highest election commission has announced Mohamed Morsi will be and is the next president of Egypt in this country's first ever free and democratic elections. It may have not been the two candidates that most of Egypt had wanted. They are the two most polarized candidates. One, the Islamist Muslim Brotherhood, the other representative of the old guard, Ahmad Shafiq, who lost by a margin of some 1 million votes. But this is an extraordinary moment, Ben, to be watching from here after covering this for so long.
And certainly you can see from the reaction of the crowd, Christiane, that, you know, for the supporters of the Muslim Brotherhood, this is indeed truly significant. It was just a year and a half ago, under the regime of Hosni Mubarak, that many of the leaders of the Muslim Brotherhood, including Mohamed Morsi himself, spent time in prison. Now we see Mohamed Morsi will be named the next president of Egypt. Hosni Mubarak, the last president, is a prisoner, now serving a life sentence for not doing enough to stop the killing of protesters in the beginning of last year. So for the Muslim Brotherhood, hugely significant. At the same time, we have to point out that due to recent decisions by the military council, President Morsi will have very limited powers. Most of the major decisions he would be making as president need to be approved beforehand by the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces. The army remains a state within a state, which decides on its budget with very little civilian oversight. So he is the president of Egypt, but Mohamed Morsi is a man who will have very limited powers, certainly compared to the powers of his predecessor.